Here's a little review of the Veto Tech MC bag. I use this for little call outs, fault finding, testing, second fixing mainly. I think the size is 13" by 10 inches. I've got a couple of Vetos now, just for the fact that the amount of bags I used to go through was just ridiculous. I'd probably go through a bag a year. The zips would give in, the rip, the pockets where my screwdrivers would just give way, it would collapse in. So I hummed and hard. I saw all the reviews about the Veto stuff, and I know it's really expensive, but I was going through your normal bags, you know, they were 50-60 quid at a time. So I was going through one every year, one every 2 years. This works out about 130, I think it was. I've had it a couple of years. Still absolutely mint condition, nothing wrong with it at all. I've also got the Tech XL, which I think was just short of 200. I know it sounds a lot, but the way I look at it is, if you're buying a bag every year for 50 quid, these come with a 5-year no quibble guarantee. If the zip knacks, if it rips, a pocket goes, they'll give you a replacement free of charge. So I think, say for 50 quid every year I'm forking out for a bag, I might as well shut out for a good one. Start at the front. My gripe with these Vetos, or certainly this Tech MC, is these pockets. Just useless, absolutely useless. I've got this fully loaded, I can barely get my fingers in there. It's a little, I suppose it depends what you want it for. I mean, I've got a little bit of earth sleeving in there. It's only good for probably business cards or something like that. You can get your hands in 3 fingers, but it's only a couple of inches deep, and once it's fully racked out inside, it's quite tricky. I usually have stuff hanging off that, sleeving and stuff like that, but it's clean today. I've gone through it all. The other side, pretty much the same. It's got another little pocket which I've got absolutely nothing in. It has got some little dividers in there that you would keep. You could keep screws and drill bits and whatever, and a few little knick-knacks. But again, I just think they're a waste of time. They're too small. But it would probably suit somebody differently. D-rings again with my sleeving on. On the side, little dinky hammer, just to get you out with desperation times. You know, just if you need a couple of clips or something brain in. Some Carabiners. With these I've got off Amazon. These are class. Little 1/4 inch hex holders. I think you get 5 for about a tenner off Amazon. Really good. My other bag's full of them, but I haven't put the need on it yet. Big D-ring. Yeah, it does come with a shoulder strap, but I just think it's just cumbersome. It gets in the way, so I tend to carry. Use a little carry handle, sorry. M3.5 rethreading tool. Been coming across a load of galv back boxes lately. That's just, I don't know, garbage. I don't know if it's just cheap shite batches they're getting in, but I haven't to probably thread 1 in 10. Some people say they would thread it every one just for good practice, but that's a godsend, that. Little torch. Just a little inspection torch, you know, if you're in a cupboard or something and you want to get the back of a DB. On the other side, this comes free with the bag. It's the tape loop holder. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Stick your electrical tape around there, or plumber's PFT tape. Little voltage pen tester, Fluke. I've tried other brands. I know you're not supposed to take these as gospel when you're testing, but just for a little quick check on, you see if you've got your power there before you do your normal tests. I find that the best and probably is the most reliable. The other one's crap. Sharpie and just a normal biro. If I'm doing any certificates or anything like that. Right, so what I would class at the front of the bag where I keep all my drivers. So you've got your normal drivers. I think this set's, it's a bit of a mixture between Weha and some of the Rera stuff, and there's a CK one in there. So just all your normal posies, your flat terminal drivers. Probably overkill in there. Probably only use 3 of them, but it's there. We've got the pockets, why not use it? Little set of stumpy drivers, Stanley stumpy drivers. Down the side, you've got a couple of little pockets. I don't know if you can see very well. Sorry. Down there, I usually keep another Sharpie. And that's my pokey hole screwdriver. Just for when I'm doing spotlights out like that. Just to bray a hole in the ceiling, just to see if there's a timber of anything in the way. It's a pain in the arse trying to film. Reverse on that. Right. Standing knife. Just a flip standing knife. Not special about that. Just a foldable one, just for a bit of saving the space. A Weha multi screwdriver set, fully insulated. Now Weha, if you're listening, I complained to a rep about this when he was in my local wholesalers. I'd only had it a few weeks, and the top is a pain. Every now and again it sticks and it won't open. On the day, I showed the rep and it worked pretty fine. And he said that I got some dust in it, which is nonsense. It's dodgy. As you can see, I'm pressing it there. You're listening, Weha, and it's finally come up. Just little things like that is annoying. Good little set though, that. £35. It's got every driver bit you want. Barco side cutters. I think 160mm or 165mm they are. Just little diddy ones. They're actually classed as piano wire cutters, but I use these all the time. I've had these, well, I've gone through God knows how many sets, but well over 10 years. I used to have the CK ones, didn't like them. And then there was a range, Thorsman I think they were, again, rubbish. But I love these, I love them. They're pretty hard to get hold of now. Side cutters. Just your standard pliers, cheap set, but still insulated. Long nose pliers, CKs. My next purchase is a set of the bent nose ones, or snipe nose, I think the people, snipe cores, bent ones, with curved ones, with get right at the back of the fuse board. Yeah, the bent nose pliers are my next purchase, but they're just long nose pliers, just the standard long nose pliers. CK. Jacari stripping tool. I think, I don't know who was first, Nipex or these. Very rarely I use it. Every now and again, if you've got a flexi, you make it into a galv box, or a conduit box, or in a tight space, it comes in handy. But I can strip just as quick with my side cutters as a Stanley knife as that. But it does come in handy every now and again. But I think it was 15 quid. It's not a bad little thing to keep in your bag. Modular screwdriver, I think they're called. It's for your circuit breakers, so it's got, you'll not be able to see on the end, but it's a mixture of slotted and posi. I think it's a modular 2, that one. It's really good for tightening up your buzz bar and your circuit breakers and stuff. That's CK as well. Cobra water pump pliers, the little diddy ones, I think they're 180mm, just for tightening up, you know, the odd sods and glands and stuff like that, compression glands, stuffing glands. I tend to use, it's in my other bag actually, I tend to use an adjustable spanner for SWA glands, just because these sometimes, just as you're trying to get a good purchase on it, I've seen them just thread the, if there's a soft brass gland, it just makes a right mess of it. But they're good, them. 180mm Cobra Nipex pliers. Fluke, voltage meter, continuity tester. I think it's the only Fluke that I've got. I'm a Mega Man to be honest, but that is quite a good little bit of kit. I like this one. pair of scissors for cutting labels and stuff like that on the DBs. What do you want to know about that? There's nothing to explain about them. And I've got a couple of pencils down there, and you can see in there loads of pockets, lashings of pockets, and you've got one of these stretchy neoprene pockets at the back. I've got a spare pair of test probes in there and some socket screws. Again, you could probably put pencils and screws and plugs and what have you in there, but I just have my probes in there. I'll show you what's gone into that. You see that? I can't turn my camera around on this stupid phone. It stops. But that's a fair bit of gear with that in one side. Right, I'll turn her over. So the back end. Just mention the zips. Zips are hell. If anybody knows anything what's best to lubricate zips, somebody said some beeswax. I've tried WD, but I don't know. I don't think that's the stuff. It is a plastic zip, but they are really good quality. Really good quality. I'll get the big bit out of the way first. 12 volt, little impact screwdriver. Godsend that. Just really handy for second fixing. Nice and light. So if you've got like an awkward light or anything like that, it's nice and light and easy to work on. Martindale plug-in socket tester, pad saw or jab saw, whatever you want to call it. Again, foldable, Stanley Fat Max, just foldable so I can stick it in. It takes up less room. Little rechargeable LED torch, little swan neck thing. I think Amazon have these. I think they're 2 for 15 quid, and they come with a little like a USB charger. Really bright, 3 settings, 1, 2, and then a little torch at the end. And it's got a magnetic base as well. I think there's a pair on Amazon for £15-16 or something like that. And honestly, they're deceivingly bright, really good. Set of Allen keys. Junior hacksaw, 5.5mm SDS masonry bit. It got caught out in the rain, rusted to hell. Another set of Nipex water pump pliers. These are the 250s, I think. Yeah, 250s. You saw the baby brother ones. And they're the big ones, 250s. I think you can get them up to 400mm, but I would never need anything that big. If there's anything really big, I would get my Stilsons out. Chisel, it's again seen better days. Nailed heads off that. Another thing that wants upgrading really, I've just got a cheap CK spirit level. It is what it is. You don't need to know what that is, but I don't think it's the most accurate, but it's somewhere near. People call them, I think, the cable strippers, but personally I would never keep a strip of cable without. They're absolutely horrible. The only thing I keep that in the bag for is these here. You probably won't be able to see, it's all worn off. But those holes there, they've all got different sizes on. M3.5 up to, I think it's up to 5. No, there's an M3, M4, M3.5. I can't read the other one. But just for cutting down socket screws and conduit box screws. Put them in there. They're only cheap, I think a couple of quid. So uncomfortable to cut, but it's just something I haven't got around to upgrading yet. I hardly use it, but it's handy to have in the bag. More sleeving. So that's the back end of the bag. Very slim at the front. The pockets are stretchy. All these, that's it, neoprene. And another one at the top. Same size as the other one. About 1 inch deep. Keep connector blocks in. keep screws and stuff. Loads of room in there, absolutely loads of room. And that's about it. So yeah, I'll do a video. I said earlier that I've got the TPXL, that's my main bag. This is my little second fix or my little fault find if I'm just going in for a little job. Personally, I know they have a lot of money, but they're well worth it. The amount of bags that I've chucked out over the time, and this is 2 years in, and it's absolutely spotless. Hard base, waterproof base, chucking it about all over the place. It's hopefully going to last the test of time. But I say, you've got a 5-year guarantee off Veto, and I'm certainly impressed with the Veto bags. I'll do a video of my main bag, the the Tech XL, and I'll post it sometime soon. There's all the gear. Not a bad little hoard out of a little bag. Obviously, the more shite you put in, the more heavier it's going to be. But that's a decent amount of tools for such a little bag. Sorry about the wind. I'm in a caravan, testing a caravan, and it's blowing a hoolie outside. See ya.